I hope this evening finds you all well. I apologize if I look a little tired. I really am. I've probably been up. I actually have been up since 5 this morning. I had to report to my plantation for the day. My job, whatever. Work 12 hours, but that's not what I'm on here for. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this first. Well, I guess halfway watch and listen to it too. Let me turn it up. Make sure y'all can hear it.
For five shootings, two men were killed, five others were shot and injured. Dante Sutton, Jameer Brunson Gans, Elijah Soto, and Khalil Henry have been charged with homicide and gun crimes.
This group sought notoriety, they sought infamy, they sought attention, and that was part of the motivation for each and every one of these shooting incidents.
Prosecutors say the organized crime ring focused their attention on the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood in 2021. Various members are allegedly responsible for shooting two people July 14th on North 33rd Street, shooting a man on September 5th on the 3100 block of North Judson Street, carrying out the homicide of 19-year-old Jordan Murray the next day on the 2200 block of West Huntington Street, killing 33-year-old Jarek Jenkins on the 2900 block of West York Street September 18th, and shooting two people on October. Four men, members of a gang, are responsible.
Okay, that's a little short clip. Now you heard the detective or whoever he was talking for infamy, for notoriety. They went around talking about it. I guess they from the headline said that they were talking about it on YouTube and in a group chat. Now I know I bring up my nigga name a lot, but it's only in the name of being right or being on point. Now I know all the years I've been on here, uh, and all the times that he might get in a situation where he be arguing back and forth with some of these internet guys or whatever, tough guys, what have you. He asked a question. He said, "Since when is street niggas on the internet?" I mean, it, I done my little shit in the past. I wasn't no big heavy nigga in the street wherever, but I done my legal activity now. And the niggas that I done that legal activity with, a lot of them are not on the internet. A lot just even not even on Facebook or none of that shit like that. You got these fellas on here, and you notice that the dates is 2021, and it's here we are in 2023. So it would be reasonable to deduce that during these, at least sometime between the past 2 years, these guys was able to go away without, maybe it may have been suspected, but it wasn't necessarily certain that they had actually done it. Even though these murders, a couple of these, it sounded like a lot of the a lot of stuff that was going on happened in the same general neighborhood, York. They said a street called York or whatever. I know that you got the allure of the pop. I mean, some people don't even necessarily do it for the money, cause it's like it's very lucrative if you can get you a following and get somebody to tune in to you. I mean, here I am. I done had my little channel. I've been feeding into my channel, working on my channel for like a year or 2 years or whatever. And for the most part, y'all don't see no gang, at least not for my videos. Y'all don't see a whole gang of people necessarily viewing the shits. But I get a handful of people. And I imagine that if I got on here talking about some of the shit that I know that I have no business talking about on here, considering who the people might be involved, even in regards to the things I might have participated in. Uh, but I know that if I perhaps on a gamble, if I did to some degree, it might get my views up, and in turn raise my money up. But you also have to consider the repercussions. I really, and I guess it's kind of like how the old folks say, and I'm old folk now, niggas don't believe that fat meat is greasy. Uh, and you kind of like even in watching. you know, some of the situations that Charles and White Rat Williams have been through, and a couple of instances where there's actually been people that have been put in jail for issuing threats online, for playing tough guy, street guy online. But yet and still, is that he'll tell you himself that the biggest tool, one of the biggest tools nowadays for law enforcement is social media. But yet and still, you got to, in order to impress people that for the most part, a lot of these niggas do not know. A lot of these niggas will never meet, and 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 even if they came if they came in contact with him, they probably wouldn't give him $1 to buy a slice of bread, or buy a soda, or bottled water. So it's like you up here, and I guess it makes, I guess it kind of makes, it does something for your ego, and in a lot of cases, and everybody has an ego, but for, I guess, in lieu of the fact that we lose, and I'm speaking specifically on the black male, the Negro male, the nigger male, the African American black male, whatever. Our wins of material, or success and popularity and things that are constructive are somewhat minimal. So the things that pretty much get garner us the most attention, whether it's positive or negative, those things that are considered the worst aspects of life. So it's like, well, when you think about, you might have the same to have two. We'll go with the four people. We'll put an Asian, we'll put a white man, we'll put a Hispanic man, we'll put a black man up. But they might have the same level of education, uh, same background, almost identical background. But if you see them lined up, and you point to, like, well, who was the most successful of these four, and who was the least successful of these four, just off of face value, and it could be very much a lot leaned on in as far as propaganda. Let's not get our pride, like I say, our ego, to the point where we start catching feelings when we have the evidence out here that shows that uh, we don't have, we're not considered, shit. How do I say this? We're not considered the cream of the crop, even though even our mind and our pride and our ego, and just even going by history. And I guess, in a way, we want to go live in the past with the history, because right now history is good. Never forget your history, because you're bound to repeat it. History is good, but when you think about the present and we try to look forward to the future, uh, I'm trying to figure it out. Judging by the way culture is, the so-called black culture, and we being, us serving as the male, we're supposed to be the lead, we're supposed to be the head. We want submission from our women, and obedience from our children. We're supposed to be the head of all this, but what are we the head of? This right here, man. You got these four folks, these four young men, and they got a lot of life ahead of them, and whether that life will be lived in the free world is pretty much a moot point at this point, you know, because judging by the way they caught them talking. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut, but no, one of the things that I guess that we could point to, that we're very successful at doing, is bragging and showing off. And a lot of times we brag about shit that doesn't necessarily even merit to be bragged about, and we show off shit to people who don't even necessarily care about the shit we showing off about. So I really just wanted to come on and drop that. I ain't trying to hold nobody on here, but it really just kind of blew me, man, because it's like, of all the things, I understand when you say that you go back and say, like for us, I know the little statute of limitation for all the weed I sold is over, because I ain't sold weed, just on a commercial level, in at least about 15, 20 years or whatever. So I mean, I might say, well, yeah, I used to sell weed, da, 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 da. But ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna get up here and talk about a crime that has no statute of limitations. There's no statute of limitations on murder. And circle. I guess I want to say a circle. I can't say a circumstance. So it's pretty much an admission. Uh, what's the word I can what's the adjective I can put in front? What kind of admission? Admission. Inadvertent. They inadvertently confessed to some shit that's gonna end up getting them boys locked away for a long time. But that story caught my eye. I wanted to come on here and speak on it briefly. In the name of content creation. Because I could go underneath Say Cheese because I saw it on Say Cheese Instagram post. I did make a comment. I could go underneath the comment section. I could talk about it and just keep typing about it. But in the name of content creation, I bring it to you all to view in case you haven't seen it. And perhaps you might have some commentary on it, and then you all can have a discussion. And perhaps I might chime in, and perhaps it might even broaden the discussion to some to even more evaluation by video. Because right about now, I'm just really just shocked by seeing. Well, I'm not even shocked by seeing it because if you go down, even if you go down, Say Cheese's Instagram page, you can see similar shit on there. What motherfuckers is telling on each other, or telling on themselves, or telling on other people. Shout out to Cross, man. And I was watching. I think I was watching one of Charles' video. I said, I heard you say something. I said that sounded like Cross. Cross got to Atlanta. That's good ass shit, man. The Underground Railroad niggas coming together, man. That's what's happening. But yeah, man. Appreciate you for coming through, man. I was pretty much at the end of my little spiel, but yeah. Talkie. Y'all get on here. I hope that YouTube check is worth that prison sentence. Even in a lot of cases, even if the folks don't even hear you talking, you might talk about the wrong person or talk about the wrong thing, and the wrong person hear it, and you might end up you bringing street shit to the internet. Will end up you having to deal with street shit in real life on the street. So. Yeah, man. Yeah, real shit, man. Real shit. But that's all I got. Nigga Nation or nothing. Peace and love to y'all. To the next one.